There are a few family trips to fit in before Christmas, and this one allowed for a short holiday break in the lakes. But in less than half an hour we were in a hair-raising blizzard, made worse by the grit in the fast lane, spraying stones and ice across the remaining two. We ploughed through, unable to see anything, and yet within an hour we were in glorious sunshine and greenery. Visiting Barrow was the main purpose, to visit family prior to Christmas, but we could also visit Furness Abbey in the snow. The Abbey was established in the 12th century and has a rich and complex history. It's one of the finest examples of a Cistercian abbey in the country, and Wordsworth wrote one of his most famous poems about it. Here, aware of havoc tired and rash undoing, man left this structure to become time's prey. A soothing spirit follows in the way that nature takes, her counterwork pursuing. Leaving Barrow and heading for the Lake District means going through Ulverston and seeing the famous Pepperpot Lighthouse landmark perched above the town. We drove on into the Lake District, following the road on the eastern side of Windermere. The snow in the branches created a beautiful, otherworldly sheen, but we were brought back to earth by the signs of the recent storm. Trees down by the roadside and one that had fallen, trapping a car.
After 400 yards, you have reached your destination.
We arrived in charming Staveley, a small village near Kendal, and we followed the narrow road to the farmhouse where we were staying. Our accommodation was beautiful, but cold, a loft conversion above an old barn. The snow-covered village was ours to explore the following morning, on the other side of the river flowing out the back. Extreme cold and difficult roads because of fallen trees meant we played safe with a visit to Ambleside and, since it's coming up to Christmas, a trip to Hayes Garden Centre to buy this year's addition to the Christmas tree. My favourite part of Christmas is the lead up to it. We stopped off in Windermere and visited the library to see their exhibition about the Windermere Boys. It tells the story of hundreds of children liberated from Nazi concentration camps in 1945 and flown to the Colgarth estate, which is a mile from Windermere, ready for them to begin new lives. It's a harrowing yet ultimately uplifting exhibition, and it speaks to us today of the plight of modern-day refugees. The next day, braving the cold, we visited Grasmere. The stream that skirts the village and the mountains that surround it lend an aura of tranquility even on a bleak day. This place was Wordsworth's home for over 14 years, and he developed his poetry style here. He described the village in his poem Home at Grasmere. For rest of body 'twas a perfect place, all that luxurious nature could desire, but tempting to the spirit. Who could look and not feel emotions there? I thought of clouds that sail on winds, of breeze that delight to play on water. It's a place of galleries, pubs, gift shops, a beautiful little church where Wordsworth is buried. The Heaton Cooper Gallery is situated here and is a visual treasure store, well worth a visit.
Morning.
The final walk next morning was along the lanes just outside where we were staying. Cyclists and dog walkers were out in abundance, the weather had picked up, and the sky and the trees were enchanting. A short visit to the Lake District, but every visit there is worthwhile.